Hey there, gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. I hope that you've had a wonderful week so far and that you are ready for the weekend. Comment with a smiley face with hearts if you are ready for the weekend, because I know I am. Today's topic is drugstore makeup that is better than high-end. These products perform better, they apply better, they wear better. And so I'll be showing you everything that you see here, so let's hop on into it. I already have my eyeshadow primer applied. I used the one from Milani. You know, out of all the high-end primers I've tried for the eyes, this seems to be the one that I keep going back to. And so I would say, to me, it's better than high-end. Definitely one worth checking out, especially if you have oily eyelids. For the eyes today, I'm using this palette from Milani. This is one of their gilded mini palettes. This is in the shade Whiskey Business. So this is an all matte palette. I'm going to take this shade right here. We're going to do a very neutral eye today because I got some red lips. Woo-hoo-hoo! I got some red lips. Let me tell you, I went to the Y the other day to get my membership and this woman there had the most beautiful red lip. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And I had to stop her and tell her, you know, your lips are fabulous. I love that color on you. I want to wear red like that, but I'm gonna wear red like that, so we're gonna do it today. So she inspired me to wear red lips because it just looked beautiful on her. And then I'm going to blend out the edges of that crease color. These eyeshadows are so smooth and easy to work with. Yeah. If you haven't tried them, they're worth looking into. Next up, I'm going to take this eyeshadow. I'm doing my classic neutral eye. I'm just going to spoil it for you now. I love a classic neutral eye, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply this to the inner half of the lid. Look at this pigment. This is awesome. Last shade is this one. Very simple, very easy eye today. Applying this to the outer third, and I'm going to blend it up into the outer corner. Very simple, very easy. And done. I am going to go back with a little bit more of the eyeshadow I used at the end of the palette with a angled brush, and I'm going to use that as my eyeliner today. I'm going to curl the lashes and apply a mascara. The mascara that I'm using today is one that I feel like rivals high-end, both not only in application but how it makes the lashes look, and that's the Maybelline Full Fan Effect Waterproof Mascara. This is one that I bought completely by accident. Can you focus, please? Thank you. Okay, and I bought it thinking it was the Sky High mascara, but it wasn't, which, yeah, I found that out. But it was a very happy mistake because it turned into being one of my most favorites. I mean, you think about it, they didn't really differentiate the packaging between the two. That's the Sky High, that's the Full Fan Effect. Yeah, they're different shape, obviously, but I mean, the color is the same. I've bought high-end mascaras before, and they're really good. You know, they are, but it's like, you know what? If I have to replace this little sucker every 3 months, I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on it. So I've gotten to a place where I have found a lot of drugstore mascaras that are just as good, sometimes better, than the high-end ones. And I mean, you can see right here, this not only lengthens, it volumizes, but it holds a curl. And your lashes will not fall flat with this mascara. So if you've not tried this one, it is awesome. For the brows, I'm using e.l.f.'s Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I believe it's in the shade Auburn, I think. This is one that is always sold out in the stores. I had to order it online finally because it just is hard to find, at least in my area it is. So that should tell you something, the fact that they can't even keep it in stock in the store. Have you experienced that too, or is it just my location? The lashes that I'm wearing today are from my lash line in the style Fresh, and that's what they look like on. If you're interested in these, I'll have them listed and linked for you below. Working on a lot of new styles right now. I'm so excited. But anyway, okay, moving on. Next product. You know what? I didn't apply this one. The Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This is one that I feel like rivals a lot of the high-end pore fillers. It's clear, and when you put it on, everything goes bye-bye. Look at that. Did I apply a filter? No, it's just makeup. Now, another product I've been using most recently that I started picking up after not using it for a while is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Concealer. You know, they got one side in Spanish and then the other side in English, and I always get confused which side to read, but that's what it looks like. But this was so impressive to me from the I'm just going to do one eye so you can see what it does. The standpoint of how well it conceals and it doesn't budge. I've been sleeping on this one. I think I may have applied too much of it the first time I used it, and then I had a lot of cracking, creasing, you know, that type of thing, because when I used it recently, I loved it. And I was like, why was this pushed to the back of the makeup drawer? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, beautiful. And the shade that I use for reference is Fair number 10. I always forget to mention that. So for those who may be curious, that's what I'm using here. And I need to go wet a makeup sponge. So I'll be right back. Okay, now that's done. Focus again. All right, the foundation that I'm using is from CoverGirl. This is the Outlast Extreme Wear 24-hour foundation. I used to love this, and they discontinued the older formula. I think they reformulated it. I'm not really sure, but this is just as good as the one that I loved years ago. The best part is it's transfer resistant, which was what I loved the most about the one previous. I am in 800 Fair Ivory for reference. Now this is a full coverage foundation, so you really don't need much unless you want a lot, and that's okay too. I don't. I'm kind of like, I like to see it, but I don't want to see it. This is a foundation that I compared to two high-end foundations, I believe it was years ago. I can't remember what they were. I'd have to go back and look at my older videos, but it rivaled, if not outperformed, those other two. It was one that I was consistently using and loved because it was so good. That's one that I wore through a spin class. Yeah, I did it just as a test, just for fun, because I don't normally wear makeup when I spin, but it didn't even move when I sweat. I mean, I had sweat dripping down my face and it stayed in place, so that tells you something. Next up, e.l.f.'s Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is fantastic stuff. This is not a mattifying powder. It's a luminous powder, and to me it is simply beautiful on the skin, especially if you have drier skin. Oh buddy, you're gonna love this one. And if you're oily and you don't like that fully mattified look, but you want something that's going to set your face, this is amazing stuff. And it's got a beautiful texture to it. It's very finely milled. Let me see if I can show it to you without spilling it. Great texture. And it's one of those that even if you applied too much of it, it's not going to make you look cakey, which I appreciate because sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed over here. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. The Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team Face Palette. I love this palette. I'm specifically going to be using this shade down here coupled with the blush today. I would compare the formula with Physicians Formula to a lot of high-end makeup brands. They're just that good, and I know they're on the more expensive side of the scale when we're talking about drugstore makeup, but they're worth it. I mean, if you want something that's kind of in between drugstore and high-end, Physicians Formula is a really good brand to look to. I did not blend out over here enough. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And I'll go back and edit this and be like, and blend your face right there. So it's like little things that you all see sometimes. I see them too. I just can't do anything about them after I've already filmed it. Then I'm taking that blush, which is such a beautiful color on the skin. Look at this. Oh. And now that the face is done, I'm going to go back with a little bit more of that Maybelline eyeshadow and run it on the outer half of my lower lash line. Also adding that Maybelline mascara to the lower lashes. So Milani has released an entirely new line of these Stay Put liquid lip. This is the long wear lipstick. It's exclusively at Walmart. The shade that I'm using today is Red Flag. Now these are pretty good from what I have experienced, and I would liken them to a lot of higher end makeup products. They are very creamy, soft, and smooth. They have a velvety finish to them. And they are pigmented. Look at this. This is crazy. The texture alone on these is amazing. I know if you tried them, you'd be wowed by them. Isn't that beautiful? And this is a blue-based red for those who are interested in this shade. It is one that would flatter a variety of different complexions. So if you are interested in it, the shade again is Red Flag. And let me know your thoughts, because the next video is going to be about your favorites. Which makeup products do you feel like are better than high-end? And if you are interested in anything I used here today, everything will be listed and linked for you below in the description box. I'm wishing you a beautifully blessed weekend ahead. I speak love, peace, and joy into you and into your home, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.